93.9 FM, Wtbx. Hey, it is Sean the Kid Mull. Coming up this weekend, it is the Iron Range Plunge. It's happening this year at Kari Lake in Hibbing. And to talk more about it, I have Hibbing Police Investigator Rachel Shiek in the studio. Rachel, how's it going?
Peachy keen. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic. Just talk to me about the Special Olympics and when it comes to also the Iron Range Plunge and just how incredible this event really is.
Well, the plunge is one of many different things that the Special Olympics does to try and raise funds for the athletes. But with this one, I find it to be my favorite because people dress up and you jump into freezing cold water. Everyone's going to have a little fun. Mm-hmm. So with this one, it's special because it's our first year doing it for the Iron Range and being able to highlight our athletes as well. So the Hibbing Chisholm Rangers as well as the Roadrunners in Virginia is great. But because we labeled it the Iron Range Plunge, that means that we can also highlight different areas of the Iron Range, and it doesn't specifically have to be in Hibbing every year.
Right. It can even be done virtually. We were kind of talking about this a little bit off the air, but at this point, anyone could do it.
Yes, virtually. I absolutely love that they did that because some people don't really want to be out there in the crowds or have everybody around them when they're doing it, but they still want to be involved, and this gives them the opportunity to do that.
It's a great cause. And can you kind of talk to me about the signing up process? How is that all like?
It's actually pretty easy to register. If you go to Plunge, Minnesota, then you can actually register there right online with the Special Olympics. If you're creating a group, you could have multiple people in your group. Like my group is the Hibbing Police Department. Or you could just have yourself as a single person that's plunging. The request is that people would raise $75 for their plunge. And then that actually makes a really big impact on the Special Olympics athletes and their ability to actually do different things throughout Minnesota or even the U.S. Special Olympics. So
yeah, from all their training, whenever they go and they compete, they have to go get hotel rooms and the food. I mean, all this money does add up, and every little bit counts because I was just looking it up too, that currently there were about 100 or so plungers that have raised upwards of $15,000. The goal this year being about $45,000. But in the 13-year history of the Iron Range Plunge as a whole, they've raised over $500,000 in 13 years. So every little bit adds up to just something incredible. One thing I was going to mention is that you were talking about dressing up and having fun. Can you tell me about what you guys are planning on doing for the Hibbing Police Department?
Well, we're not going to be dressing up too much. We're actually going to be wearing our uniforms when we plunge. And for me, I have a Special Olympics shirt for our Iron Range plungers. So it's going to be the Rangers shirt underneath my uniform shirt. So kind of dual there.
I love that. That's perfect. That's coming up this weekend. You don't want to miss it. And there's still plenty of time to go sign up. You can go to plungemn.org. It's for the Iron Range Plunge this year in Kari Lake in Hibbing. Also, one thing, talking about Kari Lake as a location, parking is kind of, can you talk to me how that parking situation is going to be this year?
Yes. Anybody who's been to Kari Lake knows that it's a little bit of a bottleneck and then it has a parking lot. We are actually barricading off the parking lot because we have our registration tent there, nice and heated for anybody who wants to just come and watch. And the buses are going to be dropping off right at the registration tent. The parking lot is for the buses as well as for medical and firefighters and stuff like that, just in case. And then the city of Hibbing, wonderful. We really appreciate their help. They have allowed us to use the Hibbing Public Transit to pick up at 3 different locations in Hibbing. So that's at Palmer's, Sportsman's, and then on the south side of the Minnesota College campus, which is 25th Street going straight up to Kari Lake. So it's kind of perfect having those 3 pickup locations. People can just leave their cars there, take the bus down, and dropped off at a registration tent that's heated, go down to a heated changing tent, and then back into a heated bus. It doesn't hurt.
It's a wonderful cause, so plan accordingly. Plungemn.org for all the details and to sign up today. Still plenty of time for that. That's coming up this weekend, March 16th. Then begins at 11 a.m. I think the plunge starts at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yep. First plungers are at 1, and that would be law enforcement and our Special Olympics athletes.
Fantastic. Don't miss it. It's happening at Kari Lake. And I just want to say a big thanks for you going there, supporting this, and for coming in today. Hibbing Police Investigator Rachel Shiek, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you.